Kaori Sakamoto shocked the skating world with news that seemed impossible to imagine only a short time ago. Not only has the celebrated Japanese figure skating icon officially stepped away from competitive skating, but reports of her marriage have added an emotional and surprising new chapter to her life story. Fans around the globe have followed Sakamoto for years, admiring her explosive power on the ice, elegant artistry, and remarkable consistency under pressure, qualities that helped her become one of the defining athletes of modern figure skating. Her retirement already felt like the closing of an unforgettable era, because Sakamoto represented determination, resilience, and passion every time she performed in front of thousands of spectators. Now, the announcement of her marriage has transformed the conversation completely, shifting attention from medals and championships to a more personal and heartfelt milestone. Supporters who once celebrated her world titles and Olympic achievements are now celebrating her happiness beyond the rink, proving how deeply connected audiences became to her journey throughout her career. Sakamoto earned admiration not only because of her technical brilliance but also because of her authenticity, warm personality, and ability to carry immense expectations with grace. Over the years she became a symbol of Japanese excellence in figure skating, following in the footsteps of legendary champions while also carving out a unique legacy entirely her own. Her skating style combined athletic power with emotional storytelling, creating performances that felt alive and unforgettable, and many young skaters around the world began to imitate her approach and dedication. The idea of her retirement once seemed distant because she continued competing at the highest level with extraordinary energy and confidence, but every athlete eventually reaches a moment when life begins to call in new directions. For Sakamoto, that next chapter now appears centered around personal fulfillment, love, and life beyond international competition. The marriage announcement especially touched longtime followers because it revealed a softer and more private side of someone who spent years living under the spotlight of global sports media. Many fans reacted with surprise, excitement, and nostalgia all at once, flooding social media with congratulatory messages and memories of her greatest performances. Some remembered her emotional Olympic appearances, while others reflected on the many programs that defined entire skating seasons. Her departure from the sport leaves a significant gap in women's figure skating because athletes with her consistency and charisma are rare, and her presence elevated every competition she entered. Younger skaters often described her as an inspiration and role model, praising her work ethic and ability to remain composed even in the most intense competitive situations. Throughout her career, Sakamoto showed that success is not built only on talent but also on perseverance, discipline, and the courage to keep evolving after setbacks. She handled victories with humility and disappointments with maturity, which strengthened her reputation as one of the sport's most respected figures. News of her marriage has therefore become more than celebrity gossip. For many supporters, it symbolizes growth, transition, and the beginning of a beautiful new stage in her life. It reminds audiences that athletes are not frozen in time as competitors forever but are individuals who eventually pursue dreams outside their professions. Even though fans may feel emotional about her retirement, there is also happiness in seeing her embrace a future filled with personal joy and stability. Discussions online have already turned toward what role she might play in the future of figure skating, with some hoping she could become a coach, choreographer, commentator, or ambassador for the sport that made her famous. Given her exp.